Hi everyone, today I'm going to see if you can reuse gelatin prosthetics. So this is how my first use of the prosthetic turned out. And this is what it looked like after I'd removed it, wiped it down with a wipe, and I ran it under a hot tap, which is not good as the gelatin started melting, so I wouldn't suggest you do that. I also put just a little bit of talcum powder on it just to dry it up a little bit. The edges of the prosthetic have become quite thick, so it will probably not look as realistic as the first application. So we'll begin with applying some Distilled Witch Hazel to a cotton pad and wiping down the area where you want to apply the prosthetic. And we'll apply the prosthetic adhesive to the prosthetic using a cotton bud. You'll want to apply this all over the prosthetic and as close to the edges as possible. Using the adhesive and the cotton bud again, you want to apply the adhesive to the skin where you're applying the prosthetic. Wait until the adhesive is clear and tacky, and then it will be ready to apply to the skin. The adhesive is very sticky, so make sure you've got it in the correct place before you press it down completely. Here I'm just applying a little bit more adhesive around the edges to make sure it sticks down properly and pushing it down with my fingers. Here I'm using the gelatin blender from Nimba Creations. I'm dipping the cotton bud in and going to roll that onto the edges of the prosthetic to blend it into the skin as well as possible. As you can see, it's not blending to the skin as well as it would have the first time round. This is because I've already blended away the thin gelatin from the first use. It's a thin gelatin that gives it a seamless finish. So now I'm going to use the fleshy tones from the Kryolan supracolor palette. And the colours I'm using are 1W and 2W. Using a cosmetic sponge, I'm applying the colour to the prosthetic and to my skin. The prosthetic has become quite pink from where I've had the blood tones before, and that's kind of ruined the illusion a little bit. And you can see the thickness of the prosthetic is not allowing it to adhere to the skin properly and blend out completely. When you first get a prosthetic, this is how thin the edges are. As you can see, these will be easier to blend out. So now I'm going to use a Kryolan aqua colour in 080. It's a wet makeup, so you apply a little bit of water to the brush and apply it to the prosthetic. And I'm just applying this colour all the way through the wound area. Now I'm using the Kryolan Supracolor B palette and the colour 082 to just add more depth to the wound. I'm going to apply it to the outside of the wound and also in the parts where the wound looks a little bit deeper. works drying blood in dark. And I'm going to use a paintbrush to apply this. I didn't want to lose the detail of the prosthetic, so I didn't apply that much blood. I'm now applying the Mayron coagulated blood gel. It's really thick and really sticky. I applied the majority of this in where the deepest part of the wound was, and then just stroked it up and down in the way that the muscle looks like it's going. Can you use gelatin prosthetics again? In my opinion, you can, but it doesn't give the best effect. It doesn't blend to the skin as well as it does the first time. You could probably get away with it in the dark, but as the edges are so thick, it just doesn't blend to the skin well at all. So I personally wouldn't reuse it again unless you'd managed to remove it the first time really well. So thanks for watching my third video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe and like below. Thank you, bye.